This was supposed to be a 2-minute video when I first started writing it, but I don't know what happened. I'm going to explain this vowel, actually called a diphthong because it's a combination of two vowels, and how this actually has two official pronunciations. But first, I want to say thank you to my channel members and my Patreon supporters out there for helping to support me and this channel. And if you would also like to become a supporter, I have links in the video description for how you can do that. So this topic comes from a subscriber originally who asked me the question, why the Korean word for key, which is 열쇠, has two pronunciations next to it in Naver Dictionary. And it's true, look it up. In fact, not just Naver, but any dictionary should have two different ways you can say it. Now, whenever you see colons in the dictionary, it just means that that sound is slightly lengthened more than normal, but you don't have to say it that way. And long and short vowels in Korean are a topic that I've made a separate video about if you want to learn more, which I'll also link in the description. So here, the double 시옷 is just due to sound change rules following the lir. So you have 열쇠, or you have 열쇠, 왜. Slightly different. So it seems that this diphthong, this vowel, can be pronounced as either itself, 왜, or as 왜. So if you're a beginner, in fact, if you're a beginner, just ignore all this, just say it as 왜, you're gonna be totally fine. No one's ever going to correct you. So first of all then, let's look at this vowel, and I'm also gonna give you a tip, a special tip that I have for pronouncing diphthongs. Every single diphthong, as you probably already know, is just a combination of two different vowels. So if you say the individual vowels together quickly, one after the other, you have that perfect pronunciation for the diphthong. So let's try it with a different diphthong first. We have 와. Well, how do you get this sound? Well, it's actually just 오, 아, 와. That's it, 와. Let's do it with one more. We have u and a. Well, that's just u, right? With the vowel a, ue, we. That's it. All right, now let's try it with this one. We have o, easy, e, so easy. Oi, what? Wait, no. It's pronounced as way. I'm 100% sure it's way. So what's going on here? Well, the reason it's not written as what you think it might be, o, e, is partly because of light vowels and dark vowels. And you can't combine light vowels, such as o or a, with dark vowels, like e, into the same syllable. And if you want to learn more about light vowels and dark vowels, I think it's pretty cool. I'll link to a video that I made about that also in the description box below. Now, there is another combination that you can get to make this sound, and that is o, and not this dark vowel, but this light vowel, e, way. And it has the same sound as this one, way. So it's just a way of writing this without breaking the light vowel, dark vowel rule. And the reason that it's the same sound, essentially, is because these vowels nowadays are pronounced exactly the same. A. They're the same now. So therefore, this, which I said originally would be o and this, has the same sound now as this. Way. Okay, so back to the topic. Way can be pronounced as itself or as ue. These are very similar. So again, for key, you can have 열쇠 and 열쇠. Now, I'm purposely trying extra hard to make them sound different because they really sound similar. And again, whenever you have a word that uses this diphthong, it can be pronounced as either way. So then, first of all, which of these should you use when you're pronouncing a word that has it? Every single time you're just gonna wanna use this one. This is the more common way. And unless you really wanna know the details that I'm about to share with you anyway, whether you want to know or not, unless you wanna know that, the lesson stops here. Just know that if you see this, it could also be pronounced this way, but you should say it this way. That's good enough. But that's not good enough for me. Okay, to understand the why, we have to go back and look at these two vowels here, A and A. They're the exact same now, but they weren't always. Just go back a couple decades. When I was first learning Korean, I was still taught the differences between these two sounds. Again, these are the same now, but in the past, they were slightly different. The main difference is that when you say A, your lips are wide. A. just like if you were saying ah, the vowel ah. This one, however, is made with your lips not as wide as if you're saying the vowel o. Notice that your lip shape is different when you say o and ah. O, ah, a. It's actually a little bit different. You can hear there's something going on there. Now, I'm not going to do it perfectly because I don't use this vowel and it's not used like that anymore, but it would have been made with more relaxed lips. Another small difference is that when you say this, again, with relaxed lips, your tongue is going to be a little bit higher, a little bit more forward in your mouth than when you make this one where your tongue's just lower. But the main difference is just going to be that mouth shape. I should say though, you shouldn't be learning like archaic pronunciation, archaic Korean from me. I've only been learning Korean now for 19 years. I'm only illustrating to you that they were different. So then here's what happens. When you put this vowel, made with relaxed lips, after this vowel, o, made with rounded lips, you get kind of a similar lip shape. The sound you end up with is not we, no, it's we, right? I'm trying my best to do this, okay? This is archaic pronunciation. Again, because the sound you're making with this is more relaxed in the first place. So, although just saying this is the same now as saying this, in this diphthong, this difference in pronunciation sometimes is still alive. Again, even though this is the same, you sometimes in words that have this diphthong can hear that older pronunciation difference between these two vowels, a and a. Some words still keep this older sound. Some modern words that we still use today are still pronounced, I keep saying still, they're still pronounced with this older vowel sound. For example, the really common word pepta. This is not pepta with widened lips like you would we, pepta. So this word is an example, and there are some others that use that older pronunciation that still applies today. And when does this happen? Well, actually, any time that you make a consonant that makes your lips come together, so this is going to be for this consonant, it's also going to be for the M sound. You can pronounce it as this we sound. And that's going to be some words. I wouldn't bother learning this as a separate rule, but just keep in mind if you hear a word that has this diphthong, but it doesn't sound like we, it might be this. So that's it. That's why yersue has two pronunciations, yersue or yersue, just so that it can preserve that alternate pronunciation of e, which is no longer in regular Korean. They do it like this. And you really didn't need to know that. If you would like to support more videos just like this one, I'll have links in the description box below for how you can do that. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again in another lesson. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!